What's cracking, everybody? It's your favorite starving musician, Jackie Jordan, back with another video. And goddamn, y'all, Drake has just responded to Kendrick Lamar again. Now, earlier today, I dropped my reaction to Kendrick Lamar's 616 in LA. I told y'all that it was fire, that actually I was speechless. Like, it was so good. Drake has already responded. He just released his record, Family Matters, and he's given a lot of tea, y'all. Now, first off, I want to say this. Kendrick Lamar, when he dropped this song, I do believe that 616 in LA was so good that it kind of gave Kendrick the lead. It gave him the advantage. And I say that to say I'm not really sure how we're judging things. Rather, we're judging them song for song. So Drake dropped Push Ups, and then he dropped Tailor Made. And then Kendrick dropped Euphoria, and then 616 in LA. Are we judging them song for song? If we're judging them song for song, I would give it a 1-to-1. I think Push Ups is better than Euphoria because, in my opinion, Euphoria didn't have any lines that were super standoutish, if that's a word. And he was using a bunch of recycled bars, like from that other rappers and other disses had already said. So I can't give you credit for basically plagiarism. If you're taking someone else's line or something else that someone else said that worked for them in the battle, and then you try to use it in your diss song, it doesn't really give you an advantage. If anything, it's all like we've already heard that. Like, tell me something else that we haven't heard. So when he came and dropped 616 in LA earlier this morning, he was saying some things that we kind of already know about Drake having some leaks in his camp. We kind of already knew that. But he was kind of giving some specifics to say, hey, maybe us as the fans and the listeners, maybe we don't know exactly what he's talking about, but you can tell he was hinting to it in a way to where Drake can understand what he's saying and what he's talking about. So obviously Kendrick has some tea, and if we go back in Euphoria, he keeps saying, like, if you take it there, I'm taking it further. So he's basically warning Drake, like, yo, leave family out of it. Because, in my opinion, I think Drake actually knows some tea about Kendrick. And this is before even getting into the record that he just dropped. I believe that that Drake actually had some real dirt on Kendrick. And Kendrick, when he dropped Euphoria, remember I said it sounded like a warning shot. That was Kendrick trying to back Drake off the ledge, saying, hey, don't go there. If you go there, I'm going to take it further. So the song that Kendrick dropped today, in my opinion, it gave him the advantage in the war because, one, I believe that it's better than Tailor Made. They said he made it with Taylor Swift's producer. So it was actually tailor-made for Drake, which is funny. And then I think it kind of usurps Push Ups. It's better than Euphoria as well. I don't know. I just think Kendrick kind of has the advantage. And that brings us to the song Drake just dropped. He probably dropped it about 40 minutes ago. A lot of you should know that I work the night shift, so I'm on my lunch break. I'm sitting in the car. I'm trying to get this video out to you right now. Now, I've already listened to the record. In my opinion, Drake came with the tea, y'all. And there's definitely some expose in there. But I just really want to talk about strategy. Because the world is still kind of feeling the effects from the bomb that Kendrick dropped earlier. And I can kind of understand Drake's thought process of saying, okay, let me get ahead of this. Let me drop this song right now, which I believe the majority part of this record, because on the Drake's Family Matters, he switches the beat 3 times. So most of the bars that's in this Drake Family Matters record, I believe, are kind of old. They could be old by a few weeks or a few days, but I believe most of the bars in this is old. He did reference certain things that were said in Euphoria, so you know that he's been in the studio within the last 72 hours. You know that some of these bars are very much relevant and fresh and a direct response to what Kendrick said. The only problem I have with it is I probably wanting to put it out. First of all, let's get into the Family Matters record. Now, I told you guys that I am on my lunch break. I'm not at home. I'm not near my equipment. So if, unfortunately, I can't react to the song live with you all right now, that's why I listened to it beforehand. But I can just kind of give you a synopsis of what the song was about. Basically, it's a 7-minute song. So for the first 5 minutes, he's mainly addressing The Weeknd, Rick Ross, Metro, Future. Again, he's going back to all the rap Avengers. He's giving them bars each. There's little light jabs at Kendrick in there. But for the majority of the song, which is 5 minutes out of the 7-minute track, he's going at these other artists who I told y'all we don't really give a fuck about. I don't want to hear Drake respond to Rick Ross right now. I don't want to hear him talk about Metro. I don't want to hear him talk about Future. I don't want to hear him talk about The Weeknd. So already, strategically, it doesn't make much sense because maybe he's trying to play off this 20v1 angle, but you got to respond to the shit that Kendrick said today. That's what fans want to know about. We don't really give a fuck about Ross and all of these other people. They're just irrelevant at this point. This is a battle between you and Kendrick. I don't give a fuck about those other artists. Respectfully. So already, 5 minutes out of a 7-minute track, you're taking time to address those artists. I think that kind of weakens this response a little bit. And then, whenever he does get to the Kendrick part, this is where the expose comes out. Y'all, Drake is saying that Kendrick basically hired a crisis management team in order to squash the rumors of when he allegedly beat his wife. That's what Drake's saying. That's why I'm saying allegedly. Allegedly, this is what happens. Drake is saying that Kendrick Lamar beats his wife. And that's part of the reason why he moved to New York, so that he can live a bachelor lifestyle. Now, in my opinion, that is like a bombshell in terms of news. First of all, again, we're talking about strategy. Although it's very much a bombshell, I don't know if it was the correct thing to do to expose that in the manner in which he did it. Again, he only exposed this at the end of the song. It's a 7-minute record. We didn't already sat through 5 minutes of relative bullshit just to get to the meat and potatoes of what he was saying. So then you finally tell us what you're saying, and the whole song doesn't really hit at this point. So I'm not really vibing with the whole song because what did Pusha T say? He said, I'm selfish. I want all of the curses. Don't be talking about Kanye and my diss song. Focus on me. So that already kind of watered down the diss to me, hearing him respond to those other artists. And then just the artist in me, I'm kind of picky about his beat selection because the beats were hard, but it's not the beats that I want to hear you respond to Kendrick of what he just dropped today in 616 in LA. That's not the kind of beat I wanted to hear you on. So then when you take all of these things into consideration, I think it kind of weakened Drake's attempt to step on the Kendrick record. I don't know if this record helps or hurts Drake's case, but just as a fan, I have to question the decision to go ahead and put this record out. It just wasn't really a smart move to me. Maybe he has a follow-up. Maybe maybe he has another record ready to go. Maybe he just wanted to get this one out so that he could step on Kendrick's song earlier. Maybe he's going to follow it up with an even stronger blow. But he's got to do something, because like I said earlier in my reaction to the Kendrick song, Drake, you have to come hard, bro. Like, the song on so many levels, because you're not as good of a rapper as Kendrick, you have to be more strategic in how you go about this battle. And I just think it was a misstep to put that record out. And for the most part, go at all of these other irrelevant artists that we really don't want to hear you respond to right now. So I don't know. It's just my opinion. Maybe I'll go and do a reaction video to the song later whenever I get off of work. But I just wanted to do this quick video to kind of follow in and give everybody my thoughts on everything right now. But so far, I don't know how I feel about this Drake Family Matters record. To me, it kind of missed the mark, even though he did expose some quite damning accusations on Kendrick. I just think the way he did it and the way he went about it kind of softened the blow a little bit. I don't know. That's my opinion. Maybe it's just me. Comment below. Tell me what you think about this record if you heard it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my take on it. But as always, it's your boy Jackie Jordan. Thank you for listening to this reaction video. If you enjoy content like this, I want you to go ahead and click the like on this video. Subscribe to our channel. Click the little bell next to it so that you get a notification every time I drop a video. Until next time, peace out, y'all.